Hi all, welcome to my channel, welcome to my world. This is the world of Wayne. I know this has been absolutely months since I've done this, but I am now doing today pack 10 of the Agora Models release and build the award-winning Apache AH-64 attack helicopter. You know, I've been putting this off and putting this off and putting this off. There's a reason for it. It's because there's so much to do. And I need to warn you now, there's no way I'm getting through this whole pack today. It's probably only going to be a few stages today. And I'm going to be breaking pack 10 down into different bits. And there's a reason for that. The first one is check out this here. This is how the AH-64 attack helicopter is looking at the moment. And there is so many pieces of the helicopter that we're going to need to start putting together, which I believe we do today. I've put this around the fuselage here to just protect the details on the bottom. And it's not just that. I mean, we've got so much ordnance as well. As you can see in this little video that I've done here, I'm definitely leaving that to the end because at the moment, I just want to concentrate on the helicopter and get cracking on this pack 10. Now, if you do want to get this for yourself, it's available through Agora Models. It's available worldwide as well. And you can get this for yourself by heading to the link in the video description. Alternatively, just scan that QR code on your phone. It will take you straight there. But let's jump into this and see exactly how many stages we can get through today. Without further ado, let's get cracking. So we're going to start with stage 76 and we're going to be doing a tool cabinet and an M299 missile launcher. Now, some of these armaments here I have been saving up, as you saw in that video earlier on, so I am going to keep them to one side and we'll do them at another time. But let's make this cabinet first. So this is what that's looking like. And quite simply, all I'm going to be doing is putting these two parts together. So we have got a locating lug for this. Actually goes around this way. And I'm just pushing these in there. You don't need glue. That's going to hold itself, no problems at all. It is going to need some wheels though, which are in this bag, and they're just going to be pushing onto the ends here. Said I may need to remove some excess paint to get these on, but as you can see, mine are actually going on okay. They do take a lot of turning, but we have wheels. Now all the rest of the parts in here I'm going to be leaving till later on. We've actually already created one of these already, and that's because we've already done one in the last pack with these little sections on here. Now I haven't loaded all the missiles up into this already either, because all of this has to have some decals on it, and it's just going to make a lot more sense if I do this in one go when I do all the ordnance stuff. So that means pretty much we've just done the toolbox in this stage. Okay, in stage 77 we're going to be starting to put the nacelles into the fuselage. So let me get all of these parts out. And as you can see, we've got two massive pieces of metal here in this stage. So I want to bring this section here over first. And what I'm going to be fitting first is the lower stabilizer swash plate, which looks like this. Now there is lugs to put this in position, but it's actually going to go in just like this. So I'm just going to make sure that those lugs are fully engaged in there. Perfect. And they're held in through the top with KP screws. I'm going to use my precision screwdriver for this one. So I'm just going to line it up on both sides before I make this completely tight. And there you go. That's in just like that. I've then got the top of the fuselage, which looks like this. I believe this came in stage 35, which is going to go over the top here. And it's just going to push into position. I've just realised if you press too hard on this, these are going to ping out on the sides here, which I don't want to happen. I've already lost one on that side. Let's put that back in. It's here, as you can see. Perhaps I should glue that in. I don't know. I'm not going to glue it in at the moment. I think I'm going to leave these off for now because they just keep pinging off at the moment, and get these screws all the way in. And I'm having details falling off all over the place. Look, this is the handle for the window here. So I'm going to keep that off as well. I'll put that on at the end. I think it's a bit silly that we had to put that on now, especially when we're doing that. As long as I know I've got this piece, I'll definitely add that to the end. Okay, we're now going to be putting the cockpit into place. That's going to be going in here. And when we put this in, you see we've got this lug at the front there. That's going to be going over that lug there. I've now had a window fall out. So, but there you go, that's in. That window actually just slips in the front there. But that's the cockpit in there. And I'm holding that in just with one CM screw. So here we go, a CM screw just through here. It's going to hold the cockpit in there. I need another CM screw, which is going to hold it in from the back. You can probably see I've got another hole just there. Gently, I put this down. It's so hard trying to think what I can. I really want to lay it down, but there is details on the other side. Oops. As you can see, I've just broke this one off now. This is a bit of a nightmare. And there you go. That's the cockpit in place. I think I'm not going to put this on right until the end. Anything that comes off like this, I think, because I can't guarantee I'm not going to be turning it upside down again. I think I'm going to do that way. That way I know where the pieces are. I think there's a danger of losing them. Okay, I want to be taking this nacelle. I'm going to be fitting that to the assembly now. Let's turn this round. It's going to be going into the position here. Now, obviously, it's all depending on what sort of nacelle you made. There was two different kinds, but I'm feeding the wire for this in here. Make sure it's all the way down, and then this is going to be mounted in the position just there. Once again, I'm holding that in from the other side with CM screws. So to hold this in, I'm going to open this flap up here, and I've got two screw holes for CM screws in here. So one there, and one just between these pipes here. Perfect, so that's that nacelle in place. So, got a nacelle now, going to be putting into place. This lug here is going to go over this back section. So there's a case of slotting this in. Bit of a wiggle. But there you go. That's in place there. Ha, love it. I want a JP screw, which I've just got here. That's going to be screwing this back section down, making sure I avoid those wires. Now I do want to make sure that engine is all the way in this cavity here, as far down as it can possibly go, because obviously we want this door here to shut just like that, and it wants to be flush all the way around. Now obviously there was different ways you could do the nacelles. Now I'm doing version 2, and obviously we had surrounds for version 1. So if you are doing a different version to me, I apologise, but I've done version 2 where these are upright. So what I'm going to be doing is putting this piece in now, which is labelled left, just into this cavity here, pushing that into place. Perfect, just like that. And what I've done on one side, I'll turn this around and do on the other side. Exactly the same way. Put these in, open this door, make sure I've got this door open so I can get the CM screws in here. And just one in the back there. Once again, take the engine. Not the easiest thing to get in, but there you go, that's in there. Make sure you have it round the right way. You know you've got it round the right way because you've got this protective shield on the top there, and then that can shut just like that. So they look the same. Perfect. And then on the right hand side one, I've got this piece here, exactly like the other side there. Make sure this is pushed all the way down. Perfect. So that's the nacelles now on the helicopter. Ha. Looking forward to this bit. Right, now, what I'm going to do is, do you remember this? Now, what I've done, as I mentioned at the start, is I put this just with some insulating tape just to protect the details there. But I'm going to be putting this on top. So, I want to make sure the rotor here is going through. Try and find a way to hold it. The shaft there. That's looking good. And it should just drop into place. Just like that. Oh, wow. We got a helicopter. Okay, I need some GM screws. These are flange screws. And I can kind of lie it on its side like that, but I'm going to get these into place. Now, any of these little parts that I'm having falling off, because there is a lot of these tiny details here, as you can see, look, these have all fallen off. I'm putting in here, I'm not going to lose them. Look how better that is. Look, I'm using my blocks to put these in. So, we've got some GM flange screws, like this. These are going to be going into the front to hold this bottom into place. Let's get these in. We need 4 of these. Now I'm making sure that I've got this one coming out the side here, because this is the only one that's coming from the top, this lead, so make sure that's out the side. And then if I could just show you on the top camera here, we've got these 2 holes just here where my thumb's pointing. That's going to be for CM screws. Perfect. So those 2 sections are now connected together. So here we go, this is the underside, this is what I see. Now it's just a case of connecting all of these ports up to the cables. They're all lettered, so it should be quite easy. Let's do that now. Okay, so when that's done, you can see everything has got a plug except for ports R and port H. Everything else has got a plug. I think the only tight leads I had was E, which comes from the nacelle. G is the other one that comes from the nacelle as well. Perhaps I should have put that one through from this side, but it managed to reach, so I'm going to leave it the way it is at the moment. Okay, do you remember the chain gun? Looks like that. We're going to be putting that in now. So that's going to be going into the position just at the front here. Now what I'm going to do is put it in. It's actually mounted in with CM screws, 4 of them. And then that way I'm going to be able to show you how this looks. Needless to say, when this is in place, I've got no idea whatsoever how I'm supposed to store this, because I don't want that on the workbench. This is the last screw just going in here, and there we go. That's in position. And as you see, we do have another plug now, which is R, which I can now plug in. Perfect. I've then got the M TADS, which is this one here. That's going to plug into H. We're not actually mounting that yet, but that does mean that everything has now got a place. So that enables me to take this massive metal bit that we had, and I'm going to be putting this into place, ensuring I can just trace this wire around here, that I've got all the wires quite neat around here, so they're not going to pinch anything. The reason for that is when I put this in, it's obviously going to be containing all of those wires. So I want to make sure I'm not... Okay, it's held in with lots and lots of CM screws. So I'm going to put the front one in first, and then I've got 2 here, and then 2 at the back. And there you go, that's all in, and I've made sure we haven't got any trapped wires there. Just a case then putting this into place, and it's just a case of lining up the lugs and pushing this in. Takes some pushing to get that in, but in it is. And then I want to turn it over this way, because just on the top here I'm going to be putting 2 more CM screws. One there and one there. Okay, let's put this back on its side, and I'm now going to hide this whole wire area. Now what I'll need to do is, when I put this on, is make sure that none of these wires here are trapping the 2 screw holes that we've got here and here. This is going to be fun. But there you go, it's in. And once again, it's CM screws. When I put it in, I'm just checking that it's biting straight away. If it is, it means there's no wire there. There you go, that's in position. And with that done, I think that's where I'm going to leave it, because this has now taken me 1.5 hours to do, but it's starting to look really good. Obviously, I've put that at the back to protect those details. I have knocked some details off. I think that was unavoidable, but I have kept them in a bag, and obviously once it's finished, then I'm in a position to put them all on. All the wires are connected. I haven't tested the electrics. That's the worry. See, I've got a window out here. I need to put that in, but I'm going to put in what I can now. But it's looking pretty good, isn't it? Anyway, I really hope you liked that video. If you did, please remember to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, please remember to subscribe. Other than that, take care.